Hello everyone, this is Purna Biswa, player number 31 from Squid Game The Challenge. Thank you so much for loving our show. It is trending right now on Netflix. Number one, guys, number one. So it is trending right now. Thank you so much for loving Gganbu Gang. Yeah, Gganbu Gang forever. Thank you so much. We have been receiving so many requests to bring my friends and also ask them questions and their explanation, also experience, right? So starting today, I'm gonna bring my friends and also very inspiring people to my show and have them share their experience, and I hope that will inspire you and encourage you. So starting today, I'm gonna do that. For today, I have very special guest. Please welcome very good friend of mine. He's very popular right now. He's viral right now, actually. So please welcome Spencer Hawkins. All right, everyone, we have the legend himself, Spencer Hawkins here. Yeah,
Hey, thank you for bringing me here. I'm happy to be able to talk.
yeah. Thank you for being available. Appreciate it. So, player 299, the most popular guy from Squid Game, the challenge. So,
That's
how you
very
doing
kind of you
now?
to say. Let's wait till the next episode's coming up.
So, how you doing now, Spencer? How's
I'm
life?
doing great. It's been a wild week. I've spent a lot more time responding to messages than I have ever before.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of new fun.
So, how life has changed after this Squid Game for you? How's your life
After the
changed?
show itself,
Mm-hmm.
hmm, I think there's a lot of conversations that people have on the show that don't make
Mm-hmm.
it to the final cut.
Yeah.
For me, I was able to have some conversations with different players in the game that made me realize that I was in some unhealthy relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And so after the game, I was able to focus a lot more attention into making some of those relationships healthier, as well as
Mm-hmm.
removing myself from some of the toxic ones.
Yeah.
So I've had a lot of self investment in myself, uh, trying to make a better life.
Hey, that's the goal, right, for all of us, and that's really good, really good. So, I mean, we will talk more about the show and the challenge, and of course, Umbrella, right? Before
Hmm.
before we go there, I just wanna get little background of you. I mean, I know a lot about you, but I want my audience to know more about you, and I'm very sure like so many people wants to know more about Spencer, right? So so what you do, what you do, and just tell us your background or just.
Exactly.
Mm.
So I graduated earlier this May after filming
Oh,
the
nice,
show with a double major.
congratulations.
Thank you. I graduated with a double major in theater and computer science.
Nice.
I'm working as a software engineer right now while also working on artistic projects on the side.
Nice.
Um, some of them I'm hoping to be able to share soon on my Instagram and TikTok. Um, but yeah, keeping busy.
That's very cool, very cool, very cool. So I heard that you had cancer and you had to battle with it. Can you tell us more about your journey with cancer
Exactly.
and battling with
My
cancer?
sophomore year in college, I was diagnosed with testicular cancer.
Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that.
And so over the next few months, I was fortunate enough to be able to have surgery and chemotherapy very quickly.
Hmm.
And by the time that semester had finished, I'd already completed my treatment.
Nice. So you're fine
And
now?
yeah, I'm fine right now. I've been in remission for several years and no signs of it coming back.
Very nice, very nice. Well, tell you what, I mean, you're a winner. You're a winner. You're victorious. So which is
Yes.
really good. And then thank you for sharing that with us. And I just think that that story kind of inspires so much of us. Like all
Mhm.
of my audience here. So why did you choose Squid Game? Like, what was the reason behind going to the Squid Game?
So after beating cancer, I realized that the two most important things in my life were connections with other people
Mm-hmm.
as well as memorable experiences. And so Squid Game provided an opportunity to meet lots of new cool people, to be able to win money, to be able to take care of the cool people that I already have in my life. And so it was a no-brainer. I had to sign up.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, 4.56 millions, right? So how much money was that? You know, Was it really important for
That's
you? Was
definitely
it
a
the biggest
life-changing
target
amount
or?
of money. It's also
Yeah.
interesting to think about how people in the game were coming from lots of different places. I was talking to one person in the game who was telling me that, oh, after taxes, it's only about $2.5 million. And what's that? A down payment on a house? And I said, what?
What?
Excuse me?
$2.5 million?
I don't know what kind of down payment they're going to be putting down on that house, but
I
one I
don't know.
probably won't ever have.
Yeah, that's a big amount, right? And I think that's very cool. So let me ask you this. So one of the hardest game that everybody experienced in the game, like myself, right, witnessing red light, green light, right? So how did you get through that? How was your experience with red light, green light?
I wish I could say I remembered more of it, but it was just a lot of standing and focusing.
Mm.
You just have to control your breathing, control your body, stay calm, and then when you have the chance to run, you run as fast as you can and don't get greedy
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stop
yeah.
before the song's gonna end.
That's a very good point because so many people got out because they wanted to make it farther, right? So they did not wait. And so I mean I think that's the one game that so many audience will miss to they were the details of the games, right? How hard it
hmm
was. So how
I
long
think one
it
way I
lasted?
thought about it for
7 hours, right?
myself is that they're gonna want probably around half of the people to finish the challenge because they probably don't want to
Probably,
get rid
yeah.
of more than half the players. And so as long as I'm in the front half,
Mm-hmm.
I'll make it by the end.
So were you in the front line or were you how what did you
No, I was
that
probably in the front half barely.
front half? Oh,
I was
nice, nice.
playing pretty conservatively.
Nice, nice, nice. That's very cool. And so after that, here comes Dalgona, right?
Well, you just
How
skipped
did you
over all the dorms.
we can, yeah, definitely, yeah. So how was the food? I mean, you did experience few lunch, dinner, right, in the dorm.
hmm
How was your experience with food and all?
The way I talk about the food is it kind of was like adult summer camp. The
Yeah.
food had room to be improved, but the company was the best.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so I loved being able to talk to everyone and meet such amazing people from different backgrounds.
Do you have any good good friends of you that you want to shout out here, like their player number or anybody or
Player
other than
288, who's right in
31,
front of
your
me in
favorite?
Dalgona line. He's probably the person I'm closest to since the show, but
Hmm.
I've loved everyone I've been able to have a chance to talk to.
Nice, nice, nice. And it's pretty cool like how we are very connected now, which is amazing, all the new friends.
hmm
So how did you end up with line 4, like which ended up being
So when
umbrella?
we got into the white room before Dalgona, we saw we needed to get in 4 lines. And I was one of the first people in the room because I was just so excited to compete.
Hmm.
And so no one had gone to the fourth line yet. And so I just followed my best friend into that line. And then that's things ensued.
Yeah. What was going through your mind when when you saw the already 8 people gone out because they couldn't make the decision on time? Were you mentally prepared that okay, I have to make a decision or?
hmm I was thinking back to how everyone was in the dorms together and that
Mm,
8 people weren't going to be able to go back into that dorm. And that
mm,
made me sad because I loved everyone that was there. And
mm-hmm,
so it's a little funny to think about because it's a competition and I was expecting to win the money, but
mm-hmm,
I kind of lost contact with that and was
mm-hmm.
just focusing on all the good buys that were happening.
Yeah.
And I knew that when I went into that room, I didn't want anyone else have to say goodbye.
Mm,
And so the only way that would happen is if everyone had a chance to compete. And if
yes.
no one else is going to volunteer for Umbrella, then I
Mm-hmm.
know I'm going to be the one to do it.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's a very good point that you just shared because somebody has to do it, right? There has to be somebody, and I think you were very brave enough to make that call, which is very cool. And
Thank you.
so I was reading all the. I mean, I know you have been reading all these articles and all the news about you, which is pretty cool, right? I mean, you have gone viral. So, what are the feedbacks that you have seen? Like, what are people saying about the movement with picking up
I
umbrella?
think lots of people are saying really kind things. I mean, like you
Mm,
said, people are saying that the choice needed to happen.
mhm,
Um, and lots of people are just saying that they saw themselves in my story, which I really
mhm,
appreciate. I've only
mm.
seen one or two trolls.
Yeah, and also I think one of the thing that only our participants, right, the us 456 players, I mean 200 something in that white room,
hmm
understand is the pressure in the room, right? It was pretty deep. Like people were really serious, and I think you handled that
hmm
pressure really well. So there was
Thank you. I'm
one.
flattered.
Yeah, that's really cool. I was impressed. Honestly, from my side, I was expecting even more twist in the game. So when you picked Umbrella, I thought maybe there's a circle behind the door, right? So I had circles. So I was like telling my people, my friends in that group, so like go for Umbrella because if you pick Umbrella, anything behind that door would be better than that, right? Because I was expecting some twist.
Oh, that's so interesting to think about it like that. No, that yeah, it's definitely not what I was expecting at all.
Yeah, I think that would be one of a really good twist in there, but that didn't happen, right? So,
Yeah, that
uh,
would be a funny twist.
yeah, yeah. So one of the complaint that I have heard about the movement that you went there is so whatever the negotiation, were you mentally like preparing for the negotiation with other threes, or you're like, okay, I'm not gonna negotiate because I know I'm in line for and I'm just gonna pick up Umbrella.
Yeah, like I said, if no one else was gonna volunteer for Umbrella, then I knew
Mm-hmm,
I was gonna pick it because I didn't want to
mm-hmm,
force that on anyone else.
mm. That's very good. And when we watch was the game when you did the umbrella, you're like almost there. What happened in the end? What happened?
I
I thought
had
you were
so
gonna
much
make
spit
it.
in my tray
Mhm,
that I was a little worried that it would dissolve the like part of the umbrella before
mm,
I finished it. And so
mm,
I thought I can lift it up and see what little parts are left and try to do
mm.
that. And once I, of course, there's no support once it's in the air, and so it breaks.
Yeah, yeah. I thought you were gonna make it because that was so close, like so close. It's just the bottom half, right? That was like
Yeah, the little hoop on the inside,
yeah.
a
but
four and
but
a
but
half
I think
million dollar hoop.
4.56 million dollar swoop, right? But I
hmm
think I think I think that was a very good game, and I'm very happy that Netflix kind of covered your stories in there and actually saw the movement, and that's really good, and everybody in the world is kind of enjoying that, which is really good. At least you're making people happy, right, on TVs, which is good.
hmm
So what was the reactions after the game, right? I know like most of the Umbrella team member they end up being eliminated, right?
Yeah, I feel
So,
like it's a tough night for a lot of people.
mhm,
When we all have
mhm,
to say goodbye to the idea of winning that money.
mhm.
Um, so everyone kind of needs their own space to be able to
Yeah,
process what's going on.
yeah,
But overall, I think there's a lot of camaraderie and support as we go back to the
yeah.
hotel before we have to
Mhm,
leave.
mhm. And also, I mean, it's not like you took their chance, right? I mean, they did get a chance to compete to do the umbrella, right? I mean,
hmm
this is a part of the game. So and also when we actually see in the show, it just looks like people ignored you or something. Was that true, or is just the camera angle that?
To a bit. I mean, I think I also wasn't speaking because I was saving up spit in my mouth. A lot of people in that room were saving spit in their mouth. And
Yeah, yeah,
so
I was
that's
too.
one reason none of us were talking.
Mhm,
Some people did say some rude things, but also some people came up to say some kind things.
mhm. Yeah, and that's really important that you kind of realize that there are nice people too, and we see the reality, right? I think one of the
Exactly. All of my best friends from the show, I think, came from the umbrella line.
yeah, definitely, man, definitely. And if I was there, I was gonna give you a hug as well because some at least somebody made a call, right? Instead of like 8 people who went out from the game, right? So it would be at least nice to have everybody and give it a try. So
hmm
that's really cool. And so do you still talk to your umbrella team? Or
Some people from it.
mhm.
Yeah. I mean, for after the show if it was filmed, they didn't want us contacting anyone, and
Mhm.
so we
Yeah.
had to be very choice about if we contacted anyone at all. But now that
Mhm.
the show's out, I'm happy that I have been able to talk to more people.
So one of the feedbacks that I have been hearing that people want me to ask you is like about the emotions that you had after you picked the umbrella. So
Mhm.
tell us more about the emotions that you are having. We saw that you are crying and almost through your.
Yeah, like I was saying,
Tell us more about it.
I was getting into a positive feedback loop of negative self-talk.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
thinking about instead of the fact that we all still have an opportunity to compete, I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking about the fact that more people were going to leave from my line because
Mm-hmm.
they had the harder shape.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just was focusing on negative things and building up stress.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
Mm-hmm.
say that I have had a small history of anxiety in my past, but I've never had reactions as visceral as occurred during the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was surprised myself when I started gagging.
Mm-hmm.
I know that at one point I used to have some slight twitching, and so I was
Mm-hmm.
cognizant of that coming into the show and didn't want to hold any stress in my shoulders or my neck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I was holding it more in my stomach and my hands. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that kind of led to more of the twitching. I mean, to more of the gagging. But
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, so, but it just ended up being the one of the most significant event of the show, which is really cool. So, and thank you for entertaining us through that, which is really cool.
thank
Spencer,
you for listening.
so we appreciate you and it is really good to see somebody like you know on that screen and giving that moment not just for that show but as a whole audience, right? I think that made the Dalgona game really special. So
I'm happy that it could be special for people.
that's really special. So what are you hearing back from your family and friends after watching the show? What is their feedback?
My family has told me that they're proud of me
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
I represented them
definitely.
well, and that flatters me.
Definitely, man. Definitely. That's really good. And what is next for Spencer Hawkins? So I mean, you're very famous now. So and also,
I have a few
everyone
other
loves you.
projects
So
that I'm hoping to release very soon on my social media platforms,
mhm.
on Instagram and TikTok in particular. And so people have to stay tuned if they want to see what's next. But I have a few things in the works.
Yeah. Do you want to share your
Yeah, my
Instagram?
Instagram is Spencer underscore 299. And then my TikTok, I believe, is Spencer Hawkins underscore 299.
Perfect. Yeah, guys, please go follow Spencer, our man here, player number
Hmm.
299. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. That was my friend Spencer, and I hope the interview today really inspired you or at least gave you some details on what happened in the game. Please do like and subscribe this channel so you don't miss any future episodes because I'll be bringing more of my friends from the game. Let me know if you have any requests or if you want me to bring anybody particular from the game, and I'll be happy to do that. And also let me know if you have any questions for them. Until next time, checking out player 3-1 Gganbu gang. Love you guys.